Internet drama is a lot like a Pokemon. It can always evolve, and that's exactly what we've seen today. A very spicy piece of drama recently just entered into its metamorphosis stage, and now it's about to pop out of the larva and become a beautiful butterfly. And unfortunately, this butterfly is coming with bad news. It seems like we may have all been lied to, fed a fib, played for a fool, schmeckeldorfed. It's in regards to the Bayonetta 3 situation. I recently made a video covering all of the drama with Bayonetta 3, and within 24 hours of posting this video, the entire situation got flipped on its ass with a stunning plot twist the likes of which George R.R. Martin could only dream of writing, and it's left me out in the rain, cold, scared, and wondering where everything went wrong. For those that aren't caught up to speed with this latest drama lore, I'll give you the quick breakdown. Helena Taylor is the voice actress behind Bayonetta, an iconic character, and she made a series of posts on Twitter that all went viral, the first of which being a video that has nearly 10 million views, stating that the reason she's not voicing Bayonetta in the new game coming up is because they were only offering her $4,000 for the whole game. Obviously, $4,000 for a role this size in a AAA game of this caliber is pretty low. You could probably make $4,000 quicker and easier just pretending to be a girl in RuneScape, so she called it an insulting offer, and everyone on the internet agreed, because obviously this is a pretty shitty deal. So she turned down the role and walked away and said that it's because they were only offering her that $4,000 for the whole game. She then urged fans to boycott Bayonetta 3 and instead spend that money on charities instead. Now, Nintendo does what Nintendo does best. They ignored this whole situation. I think they're still trying to figure out how email works, so they probably never even saw this to begin with. But Platinum Games lead Hideki Kamiya did at least become aware of this situation by making that post saying, you know, it's sad about the untruth out there and beware of my rules. The tweet reads like a monologue from a villain after they've been caught in Scooby-Doo, but the beware of my rules that he caps locked in there refers to his rule of if you speak English, you get blocked. For many years now, Kamiya has been well known to block anyone that speaks English at him. His fucking block list is longer than the Yellow Page phone book. There are more people on his block list than there are registered in the goddamn US criminal database. It's wild how many people he's blocked. So that's what he's talking about here. And for the last couple days, this is where the story had stopped. This is where the brakes were really pumped into full effect until last night. A Bloomberg article came out that really absolutely changed the entire situation here. Bloomberg, more like Boomberg, because this shit was a bomb. The report comes from two people who were familiar with the negotiations, and the documentation was reviewed by Bloomberg and confirmed to be genuine. So according to them, Platinum Games really wanted to get Helena Taylor back in voicing Bayonetta. According to the documents, they didn't offer her $4,000 for the entire game. They offered her up to $4,000 per session for 5 sessions of 4 hours each. So about $1,000 per hour, which is very different than the claims Helena Taylor was leading us to believe. So in response to the initial offer here of the $4,000 per session, Taylor allegedly asked for a 6-figure sum as well as residuals on the game, which Platinum declined, and then after those negotiations fell through, she walked away and they took auditions for a new voice actress for Bayonetta. According to professional voice actors, that $4,000 per session rate that Helena Taylor was being offered is above the norm. Now, I do think it's important to mention that there's still plenty of room here for a debate on whether or not voice acting talent is paid reasonably. As I understand it, it's actually been a long-running thing for a while that voice actors get fucked in the face when it comes to what they're paid for their work, at least in comparison to other mediums, and I didn't realize how big this problem was. Even just recently, the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero dub actors came out and revealed that they were only getting paid $150 each for their roles. And these were huge roles. Like, that is outrageous. And I've seen plenty of actual fucking stupid brain takes from Twitter assholes who love to take their pants off and wiggle their little wiener around saying, voice acting's so easy, they shouldn't even be paid at all. They're paid in exposure more than anything. They should be grateful to even be in the game to begin with. It's an honor. I don't know why they're even asking for pay. $1,000 is too much for how easy the job is. And I think it's pretty clear how dumb that shit is. Voice acting is a legitimate talent that takes years to perfect, and it's a very important part of media, especially games. If you have shitty voice acting, the character is going to become a laughable joke and the narrative is going to fall flat on its face. We've seen it a million times before, and we'll see it a million more into the future. Voice acting is integral to these stories, and if you don't think so, then please just play the games on mute from now on. Put your money where your mouth is. I'd like to see how much you really connect with a game when it's just completely fucking muted throughout all of its cutscenes and shit. It is a big component, so I'm really tired of that dumb take. But Helena Taylor here, if all of this is true, which it seems like it is the worst person to try and spark this kind of debate because she's just completely framed this wrongly by lying and manipulating everyone. She also did respond with an email saying that it's all an absolute lie and said Platinum was trying to save their ass and the game. She said she stood by everything she said in the video. I would like to put this whole bloody franchise behind me, quite frankly. Get on with my life in theater, she wrote. So this is an absolute dog shit response from Helena Taylor here. I don't even know where to begin. I guess we'll start with the obvious one. If this is all a lie, it should be extremely easy for her to prove that they're lying because she's already broken the NDA. You know, she's already wiped her whole ass with the NDA. You might as well just show the contract they offered you, the negotiation documents they offered you that would confirm your side of $4,000 for the whole game. You should be able to easily produce that, considering you've already broken the NDA, so there's no reason not to prove that you're being truthful here. This should be an easy slam dunk if this is all a lie. But then she goes on to say that she wants to put this entire bloody franchise behind her and move on. You started this. You were the instigator. What do you mean? It's not like this just came out of nowhere and threw you into this whirlwind of chaos. You were the one that came here and made this whole hoopla. So I really don't understand why she's trying to portray herself as the victim here now. Like, in the first place, she was viewed as a victim of a very shitty negotiation on behalf of Platinum Games and Nintendo. But now, after this information comes forward, her response should be, this is a lie and here's my proof, as opposed to, it's a lie and I just want to move on, I just want to wash my hands of this. Now they're being childish. Now they're playing dirty in the pig pen and I just won't have any of that. I'm moving on. Like, that's not how you do this. You've ruined your own career now. If all of this from their side is the accurate one, your entire career as a voice actress is kaput. You've completely lied about what happened here and fabricated this story and even called on a boycott of the property, trying to directly hurt them financially off of a completely manufactured story. Again, this isn't directly from Platinum Games nor Nintendo, so I still think it should be taken with a grain of salt. But the fact that this came from two people in the negotiations with Helena Taylor, as well as confirmed by Bloomberg, as well as corroborated by a few other sources inside the industry, it's very strong evidence here against Helena Taylor's claims. I'd like to believe that Helena Taylor didn't lie about this whole thing and is going to come out of nowhere with this ace card like Yugi Moto pulling out the Dark Magician at the last second, but I'm very skeptical now because of this email that was released in the report as well. But we'll have to wait and see. If she lied about all of this, I think that is beyond scummy. What a fucked up, messy situation. I really don't even understand what the end goal would have been for her in this case. All it's done is ruin her career as a voice actress, as well as maybe even just in theater to begin with, because if anyone looks up Helena Taylor now, they're going to find this massive scandal, if it's proven that she lied about all of it. So this was legitimately just a career ender. She just checkmated her whole acting livelihood. And I just don't even understand why. If, of course, it all is confirmed. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about it because this was kind of a wild development, and that's about it. See ya.